Say that again.
Hello.
Hey.
Are you cold? It's cold down here.
Honestly, no. I think I'm just like this.
You've been like that for a while.
Yeah. My nipples are hard.
I'm kind of cold. But I'm also sweating, so it's a weird. You know when you're sweating but you're cold? A cold sweat, you might say.
I might say that.
I wouldn't, but you might.
Sure.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
That was pretty good. Ate some food.
What'd you have?
Some turkeys, some stuffings, some other assortments of meats.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I really like Hawaiian rolls with pretty much anything. I really like stuffing, which is just bread. Sometimes I'll put bread in or stuffing in a Hawaiian roll.
Dip it in the gravy?
It's just a bread sandwich in a bread sauce.
Yeah.
And I'll chase that with a beer or something. Just liquid bread.
Yeah, most meals have a lot. Like most Thanksgiving dishes have like a good amount of bread. Like green bean casserole has like the breading on the top.
You know it does.
And then like you have the stuffing.
Macaroni and cheese.
A lot of bread. Noodles, basically bread.
So bread.
Turkey is essentially the bread of meats.
The bread of life.
Do you like white or dark meat?
I kind of like it. There's just a time and a place. I think.
Okay. Can you?
If it's all fried, then I don't really care.
Okay. Yeah.
I like fried meat.
We smoked some of our turkey this year. Smoked the legs. I just ate a big old leg.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I went to Disney World one time and we did that.
Nice.
They were selling just big turkey legs and we split it between like 3 people and we all just.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Turkey leg slap.
Mm-hmm.
I found out what a turducken is.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Had you heard the term before?
I knew of the term and I knew like what it looked like. I just never really thought about it enough to put it all together. That it's a turkey, a duck, and a chicken, and that's why there's 6 legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just saw it on the football and I was like, wait, so what is that animal? And my parents were like, no, that's 3 animals. And I was like, oh, that's why it has 6 legs.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
I really like green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole.
But my mom made it differently this year and it was really good. And my mom also made this year, instead of pumpkin pie, she made a pumpkin cobbler. So much better than pumpkin pie, dude.
What's the difference?
So a cobbler is like has like a crumble on the top and also the crust on the bottom, but a pie is, and then I think there's like differences in the filling a little bit, but honestly not entirely sure. Maybe it's a how you make it thing. I know that like I guess if you put a crumble on top of a pie, it'd probably just be a cobbler.
So like a pie is a cobbler, but a cobbler's not a pie sort of thing?
I think it might be one of those situations.
Okay. Right on. Okay. Dessert guy.
Yeah, I like, but I don't like, the sweet potato shit with the marshmallow stuff.
Oh,
that stuff's so gross. Like my step parents made that one year, like, and like my step siblings love that shit, and I hate it. I think it's so gross. Like, don't make vegetables sweet. They're vegetables. They're supposed to be savory. That's fucked up.
Just telling it like it is, dude.
Yeah, I'm pulling a Max this week. I'm telling it like it is. Calling it how I see it.
Sweet potatoes and marshmallows. Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Marshmallows are just s'mores and hot chocolate, and you just throw yams. You're gonna jam some yams in there.
The whole yam concept fucks me up, to be honest. Is it a yam or is it a sweet potato? Like, and why is it sweet? And like,
is it a cobbler or is it a pie?
Potato? Is it even a potato? Or is it a pecan? Is it a big pecan? They kind of taste like pecans. I like pecans a lot, though.
Right on, dude.
Yeah.
So when you're watching this on Christmas, we had cobbler.
What's your favorite Christmas meal dish?
A cooked goose.
You like goose?
I've had goose on Christmas.
I haven't.
But
it's impressive.
yeah, sure is. Let's see. Favorite cookies? Sugar cookies?
Sugar cookies.
I like the ones with the frosting on them. The like kind that make your mouth dry. Those like crumbly, dry, like I don't know how you get negative moisture in something.
You're a weird person.
You don't eat them a lot, so that when you do around the holidays, they rip.
I guess so. That's a good point. I like the Terry's chocolate oranges. I guess it's not really a dish, but it's like a thing you only really get around Christmas time.
Vegetables can't be sweet, but fruit.
Fruit is sweet. Okay, fruit is naturally sweet.
So why are you making it sweeter?
I'm not. I'm just making it out of chocolate. It's very different.
Oh, it's just chocolate, orange shaped chocolate.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an actual orange dipped in.
No, it's like just.
It does sound good.
It like is wrapped up in foil, and you have to hit it on a table or something because it's like all together. And then when you hit it, it breaks into slices, and it has little orange slices that you like eat one at a time. But they're just chocolate that tastes like with a little orange hint in them. It's so good, dude. I'll give us a couple.
Yeah, okay. Sounds
Oh, they're so good. Fuck me up. They're good. Fuck.
makes all the veins in my neck pop out, dude. Orange, you glad it's not chocolate?
I did a sinus rinse.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those are crazy.
Yeah, I did it like 6 times on Friday.
Have you done one before?
I've done it before, like when I was younger, but I haven't done one in a while. And I was like, fuck, dude. Really caught me off guard when it like blasted through the like blockage and like.
I used boiling water that I cooked ramen in right before.
No, I did like not the first one I didn't let the water cool down enough after boiling it. And it was just so hot. I was like, fuck!
It's in my brain.
And then like the next round, I let it cool down too much. And like it wouldn't go through. So, yeah, I've just been microwaving the stuff that I've boiled to get it to the right temperature.
Nice.
5 seconds at a time, because 30 seconds is too long.
It's the same rule for when you're having sex with fruits.
Really?
I've heard.
Okay.
10 seconds is enough. 11 is way too much.
You heard this?
Yeah.
Like from what?
I think I might be misquoting. I heard an essence of this, like an orange amount of the chocolate that like I think I heard like the gist of it from an American Pie movie.
Oh yeah, when he bangs the pie.
I want to say it's like one of the little like off movies that they did, like the cheerleader camp one or something.
The band camp. Maybe. Did they do a cheerleader camp one? I know they did a band camp one because that was I can't remember the whole bit with
the one where like the guy tries to like jerk off a ton of times and there's a whole montage of it, and then but he's very passionate about having sex with a watermelon. Oh, and he makes a rule, or he's telling a guy how to do it, and he says something along the lines of like 10 seconds is perfect, but if you go over like at all, it's gonna burn you.
Okay, I think I remember which one you're talking about. I remember that scene vaguely, and the watermelon.
And then they drove the Chevy to the levee, and the levee was dry because he cummed it all out of him.
Mm-hmm. Sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cobble.
I think so you know how like Trump is selling Bibles?
I do now.
Okay, so Trump is selling Bibles that have the Constitution and the Bill of Rights like printed in them.
Uh-huh.
And
is that Old or New Testament?
I think he has it in the Old Testament. And Oklahoma, the state, just passed that.
Not the province.
I think there's a band. No, that's Kansas.
Make a cover band.
Sweet child of mine.
It's also musical.
No, so Oklahoma, the state, they're like, okay, our schools are gonna teach with these new history books, aka Trump Bibles. So they bought a bunch of Trump Bibles. So I'm thinking, because I don't know if you've read the Bible, sometimes it's a little hard to understand, but I think we should rewrite it.
Rewrite the Bible.
We should rewrite the Bible, and we should like publish it and call it the Pretty Good Bible.
Have you read the Bible?
I've read a lot of the Bible.
Okay.
And I think we should just like each pick we'll each get a book, and we'll rewrite it in our own words.
Yeah.
And then we'll make it. It'll be way shorter, so it'll be easier to understand. It'll
might be longer.
The goal is to make it shorter. The goal is to paraphrase the Bible pretty good.
Can I split it into like 3 short ones? But if you put them together, it would be longer.
Yeah, I guess.
I just feel like I'm going to go off on there's going to be some characters I'm going to come up with and some story arcs along with Noah's.
All right. That's fine. We can do a expansion pack to the Bible, I guess. The Pretty Good Bible expansion.
Yeah.
Where we elaborate more on the stories that you always wanted to hear more about.
Of course.
Like, what happened to the blind guy after Jesus gave him his vision back?
Yeah, and then we'll just robs a bank.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, thank God I can see. Now I can murder all these beautiful women again.
Just speaking of, kinda.
Okay.
Well, I guess crimes. So there's a sex offender. What's a sex defender?
I have to say it must be the opposite, right? So like,
what is the opposite?
So like, if they see a sex offense happening,
they defend
they
it.
Do a sex defense. So they like come in and they're like, not on my watch, buddy, and they like
that sounds
fight
like
the
offense.
sex offender.
Wouldn't defense be like I'm gonna make sure this stays happening?
I feel like we're looking at it from a different frame. Like I'm thinking like
maybe
they're like, in my mind they're defending from sex.
Oh.
But in your mind they're defending the sex.
Yeah, like it's okay, guys.
No, I think that's just I think that's also a sex offender.
Sex offender defender.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking of.
Is that a hero or a villain?
That's a villain.
Okay.
Or at least like a sidekick to the main villain, like that's like the lady that like sits on the board of Dr. Evil,
Yeah. Sex offender bad. Sex offender defender
also
bad. Sex defender
good.
Okay.
Yeah. At least in my head.
Yeah, no, that seems
Yeah, so like, Batman is a technically sex defender.
not on my watch.
Because he like sees women getting mugged in an alleyway and he's like, nah.
Sex defender sounds like it could also be used in a not crime.
Yeah.
Just in normal.
Sex defender, like, I feel like could just be like a synonym for a cock block.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like just like an incel.
He has 3 DUIs. Stop talking to him. Sex defender.
That guy still lives with his mom. Sex defender. She has herpes. Sex defender. Sex defender. But anyways, yeah, so we'll rewrite the Bible.
Right.
And then we'll sell copies of it so they can teach kids about our version in school. But I felt like the main reason I thought of this is because the King James version is just like really wordy and like annoying to read. And there's no like
LeBron has his own Bible.
Like
we could totally do it.
Throughout like every like, you know, society, like the original Bible was not written in King James version, right? And like there's all these different versions to make it better, like understandable to like the common person. There's no Gen Z Bible out there yet.
Not for the pretty good folk.
So I'm thinking we make a Bible where like, you know, it's like, and then Adam was like, no, that's cap, Eve. I know you ate that apple, bitch.
Ate that apple.
You know, like,
yeah,
using slang and and you can take whatever creative liberties you want.
yeah, for sure. In his name, amen.
And then God was like, yo, that world be bussin', dog.
And the rest is still unwritten. Yeah, I'm into that. God is gonna be. I'm gonna give him an accent. I'm gonna make sure that that point is driven in harder than the nails into Jesus's hands and feet.
Australian?
Maybe.
I think an Australian God would be pretty cool. Oh, blimey. Like, think about it. Think about all the shit that God's made and how much of it is scary and bad. And think about Australia and how much of it is scary and bad. And then you're like, God has to be Australian at that point.
It's just, I'm trying to think of something as funny as an Asian accent. Like Canadian.
Canadian could be good. What if he's just got like a really like bad lisp?
Widowy guy. I created the whole world in 7 days.
I created this whole world for you in just 7 days, and you guys aren't even being like very thankful for it at all. And honestly, I think I'm gonna throw some plagues down on you guys. So I'm gonna flood the whole earth, and Noah, you're gonna have to get 2 of every animal and make them have sex. And then you can repump your weight with you off.
What are you looking for?
I don't know.
Okay.
This is an old work notebook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from when I worked at that marketing agency.
Okay.
So there's just like a lot of like people's phone numbers and emails in it, and notes that say like, "Don't say fucking."
That's awesome that you had to write that.
I remember specifically that day, we were in a work meeting, and our CTO was like, "Hey, Samson," and I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "When you're on calls with like potential clients, can you try your hardest to not say fucking as much?" And I was like, I fucking got that, dude. No worries.
I mean, try your hardest doesn't mean don't do it, and he said not as much. So you still can.
Yeah. So I had to give myself a harder note, because if I say to not do it, then I'll only do it like maybe once. But if I say like try not to, I'm not gonna try.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. You need absolutes.
Yep.
Like a Sith.
Yep. Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I learned that is an absolute. Only a Sith?
Yeah, I guess. What the fuck, Jedi? I've been playing the new Jedi Survivor video game. Dude, it's so fucking cool.
Is it?
Yeah, you play as this fucking Jedi named Cal Kestis, and it happens like right after the like Empire, like the Clone Wars kind of end, and the Empire takes over like after the end of the 3rd movie. And so you're like just fighting the Empire on your fucking own, dude, and you're like Cal Kestis. You would love this. Ginger guy. So he's got fiery red hair that you're flipping around and like.
You think we like
Jedi
each other?
shit? Yeah. You have to, dude.
Why?
Because no one else.
You ever seen 2 hanging out?
No, not really. Holy shit! Can we talk about this now?
If you'd like.
Yeah. Wait. Why do you never see multiple?
Because we don't like each other.
Is it like you're like competitive?
Yeah.
Like you feel like if there's another one in the group, then like it discounts like you from the group.
Part of it.
Okay.
A lot of it, yeah.
Okay.
Course.
Yeah, you never see like squads of redheads rolling around. Just a bunch of gingers.
Yeah.
You and I are like, I'm a half ginger.
Yeah. I hate it.
I get it. I get it. If you had green eyes, would you feel better about it?
I don't know.
Because you'd be like a little bit more rare of a ginger than...
I guess.
Yeah. Or like more freckles.
You know, I've just learned that less is more in this kind of scenario.
I feel like you would have more freckles, but your mom was really good at making you wear sunscreen as a kid.
She was.
Because my mom was good about it, but I wasn't with my mom all the time. Mm-hmm. And I have a ton of freckles all over my entire body, and I think I would have a lot less if I wore more sunscreen.
Probably, dude. The sun.
Sun's bad.
Sun's a dick.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. Big old douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that he like provides us with life.
We're in a very abusive relationship with the sun.
Yeah. It's like the closer I get to him, the more he hurts me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Literally.
Yeah. Feel it really bad.
Yeah, but sometimes sparks fly. Mm-hmm. Sometimes things get really hot between us.
Yep.
It's gotten some pretty nasty burns from him. Gave me cancer.
Yep.
But in turn of that, in return for we get I guess fruits grow and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool or whatever.
It's pretty neat. We get to be alive for a little bit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
What's that? What's all that? What's a you wrote a calendar picture and there's nothing in it.
This is CA 2023 game plan. Come to table with segmentations versus release and use actual data driven decisions. This is about a client. I don't remember which one.
Hey, isn't burping just like mouth queefing?
I would say it's more of a mouth fart.
I mean,
because it's gas being released from your stomach.
But it also
a fart is like gas being released from your intestine, whereas like a queef, I guess a queef is gas being released from.
But it's also like you can burp from like breathing weird or like, you know, you can just.
I'm sure you can fart from sucking stuff into your butthole weird too.
I'd say that's more of a queef from your butt.
All right, I guess now it's more of a which came first, like which one was defined first. Queefs or farts?
Well, I feel like they were both probably not compared at the time of naming.
I don't know. You don't think whoever was like naming the word fart was like,
well, same shit, different hole, guys.
Of queefs, or maybe it was. I mean, that's how you know it was a guy that invented the name fart.
How? What?
Because if a woman did it, she'd just call it a butt queef.
So you think they named farts before queefs?
I think that men named farts, and because we live in a patriarchal society, historically, that women were probably forced to keep their queef terms underground until, you know, maybe recently in history, and had a woman been the one to write, I don't know, Webster's Dictionary, then maybe we would have butt queefs instead of farts. So
maybe do you think, also speaking historically, that maybe a gal told her husband, like, what if we called them farts and queefs to differentiate the different airs? And he was like, that's a great idea, or me. And then told all his buddies.
That could happen.
And the whole time she was like, well.
That's basically what happened with
maybe he
FDR.
won't me as hard. FDR, did he?
Well, he was like all fucked up from his like disease, and so his wife was basically the president for like his whole like term, because he was like so sick that she was in there like pretending that she was him, writing like stuff. Yeah, basically. She'd be like outside the Oval Office, and she'd be like, I don't know, let me ask him. And she'd go in and she'd be like, fucking idiot, dead motherfucker. And then she's come out with her handwriting, and they're like, he writes really well. And she's like, I know. And
his hand on his mouth. I think my fellow man.
like in front of like State of the Union. Like, she's like, everyone's like, woo.
Then at the end, just like for her, she's like, you guys have been great. Good night. Smacks him. You can't do shit. That would be... No, it wouldn't be funny. That would... funny and I was thinking...
It'd be funny in a skit.
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking... I think the idea of just like a human-shaped mass that you're just smacking around on stage is funny, but then I thought the way to get that would be having either a dead person or a basically vegetable who can't really... and just... But that's not funny. Ish.
It's pretty funny.
I don't know, man. Is it funny just because you're hitting them? I'm thinking more it's just all that is funny, and it's like...
No, like, it's not funny if, like, it's malicious, but, like, if it's an accident, like, slapstick comedy style, like you're, like, trying to wheel them off, and, like, you accidentally dump them, and then, like, you keep trying to pick them up, but you're accidentally, like, kicking them, like you know, and, like, they keep rolling. That's pretty funny.
But, yeah.
And, like, the Benny Hill theme is playing.
I just think someone with, like, big cheeks. just... Look at this guy.
Have you ever slapped your, like, drunk friend who's passed out?
No, but I've seen it done.
It's pretty funny.
And I didn't stop it. And I feel... Maybe that's why... I guess that's why I don't think it's... I just don't like watching people get hit, I think. But I like watching them jiggle after. I think that's what it is. I like the...
That is a good, funny thing. And I think that makes sense that you like that, because...
do tell.
That was like a big thing I remember in like movies when we were kids. Like someone getting hit by a like snowball or something, and then like it goes into slow-mo and they're like, wah, 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 wah. And I remember that being like a big thing in a lot of like kids movies growing up, and being like funny when like someone gets hit and they're like, you know, like
that is fun.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of Mythbusters.
Yeah.
In the high speed when they like hit the
things splatting is funny.
Uh-huh.
Like if you drop like a balloon full of Play-Doh onto the ground and it just hilarious.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know why.
I like that.
The just sudden stop.
Now I'm thinking about throwing stuff off of high places.
That's a Garth Brooks song, I think.
Dude, that would be such a good fucking country song, I think.
Throwing things off of high places.
Yeah. Whenever I'm feeling down and out, I like to hit up all my buddies and we drive out into the woods. We climb up a big hill and then we throw rocks off high places. And that's just like, about...
We go up to get down.
Yeah.
something. Not a frown. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Queefed.
Nice. Fuck, I had something else.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Just thought I could smack it out of you. Who are we texting?
I'm just going into my notes.
Oh.
I'm just going into my notes. Have you heard about the new Twitter app?
X?
No, Blue Sky.
Oh. No.
It's from the creator of like real Twitter. And it's just like old Twitter, and like a bunch of people are moving from X to it, and like Hank Green did this whole video where he basically analyzed like the engagement on Blue Sky versus X versus Threads, right? And he has 1.5 million followers on Twitter and like 250,000 on Blue Sky, and he was getting like more engagement on Blue Sky, and basically found out that like the algorithms on Twitter and Threads like downgrade links, that because like, you know, link, if you click on a link, you leave the site and then you're not longer there like viewing their ads and stuff. So they downgrade that kind of content. So like if you're posting links and stuff on Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter, or Threads, Instagram's, you know, knockoff, then you won't get as like put in front of people as if you don't include a link, which sucks for people who create content outside of those platforms, right? And I just thought it was interesting. I thought you should know about Blue Sky.
Please tell us why you had to hide away for
so long. Blue Sky's cool because they also have like developer APIs and stuff, so you can essentially like code in your own bots and everything, and like it's fully open API like Twitter used to be, but without the ads and shit. So like you can create like all the same bots that were like made Twitter fun in the first place, like the We Rate Dogs accounts, and like just like, remember how Twitter was in high school, like fun and like funny, and like you could see like in your feed, like you'd see like new shit all the time, and like actually see shit that like was relevant to what you're interested in. And like if you open up a post, the replies would be actually people replying to that post and not just like ads from spam accounts.
Sure.
It's like that.
Okay.
But they also have like different sections and stuff. It's just like, it's better and it's interesting, and I think everybody should be on it instead of Twitter. And they have Bodega Cats.
Nice.
Everybody loves Bodega Cats. But there's also like the discovery feeds and stuff, so you can like go to mutuals, go to like science, art, like stuff in certain countries, what's hot,
cat
pics, gardening, birds, like Book Sky, and then there's more suggested feeds and shit. Game Day Astronomy only posts, which is posts from people you follow without reposts and replies, not porn.
Is there porn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it's just, it feels like the old internet.
Back on the frontier.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice. It's nice to feel that nostalgicness of an original website again.
Of course. I've been my substitute for X. It's basically like X, but like imagine it just multiplied. I type in XXX into the
Nice.
search bar, and I will just browse for an unhealthy amount of time.
Nice. That's awesome.
But it makes me feel good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm really glad.
Yeah.
that you
Not a
found
lot of
something like it.
politics.
No, I
Not a lot of
can imagine.
Not a lot of nonsense bot accounts. Not a lot of. It's kind of it's like a good throw. It's the way it has been for a long time.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome. Did you know that the algorithm that like Instagram, like when people say algorithm,
yeah.
and it like and like social media algorithms where they look at what you're liking and what you're engaging with, and then suggest content also based on what you've been engaging with. Those algorithms are all based off the original engagement algorithm, which was created by Pornhub.
Oh.
And so that's why we're all in these little echo chambers now, because it's just all of our recommended porn feeds to us and all of our...
See, when you watch a video, it's not just you watching the video. You're watching it with everyone who's watched that video, and so it spreads like herpes.
Yep.
Algorithm. Yeah, that's cool.
The original.
Yeah, that was a lot of social media
Talk? Yeah, it was.
retweet, dude. Are we on Blue Sky?
I don't think not the podcast I made one personally to check it out. but I haven't made one for the podcast. Probably should. Probably would be good.
There's Blue Sky Bagels.
Love that place.
Those fuck.
Love that place. They'll sell really cheap, like, day-old bagels. I love a bagel with cream cheese.
A bagel.
I like bagels with cream cheese, salmon, and capers. It's called lox.
Yeah, sounds fucking delicious.
Can I pay less if I spread my own cream cheese?
I brought it from home. Dumb accent. Yeah. Oy vey. Hey, how much money would it, like, does someone have to offer you to where you either you'll ask for it or go earn it? Like, if someone was like, you need to come up with $40, like, are you going to just go out in the street and just ask people for money? Or do you think it'll be quicker to go to, like, someone's door and be like, you want me to mow your lawn for 40? But, like, how much money are you going to ask for versus earn? What's worth?
I don't ask for money.
This is a hypothetical.
I know, and hypothetically, I still don't like asking for money.
Oh my gosh. Okay, your name is Cameron, and
well, if my name's Cameron, I definitely don't have a problem asking for money. So
great.
Any amount. Hypothetically, if my name's Cameron.
Okay. Let me try to reword this. So, like, if someone told you to come up with $20, you could see how it's feasible to just hang out on the sidewalk asking for money, and you could come up with that in a relatively short amount of time.
No. I don't think you can panhandle $20 quickly.
Okay.
If you look, like, young and, like, you can work. I think if you want to get money off the street, no matter what your hypothetical situation is, you need to have something that looks wrong with you.
Okay, fucking, you're missing your arms.
Well, then obviously I can't work for money.
Yes, you can.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna show your feet, dog. The only thing you've got. Now stop being a dick. $50.
I'm gonna go work for that. These are very low amounts, so you can earn easily in a day.
Okay, then tell me the number.
Like $100,000. I'll make a GoFundMe.
Man,
or find an investor.
I was just thinking in my head, I was like, I feel like, yeah, if I was sitting on the street, I could come up with around $20 to $50 after begging for a while. And that could seem worth it, but if I needed any more than that, I would have to work. And I would go just knock on doors and be like, you want to mow your lawn for $50?
See, my head goes to the opposite. I'm like, any amount of money you can work for, that's easy until you start getting into the thousands, and then you're like, you can't just work for a few grand, like in a small amount of time. Like, you're gonna need to, like, go ask people to give you money.
Yeah. I guess so. All right, that question bombed.
I thought it was an okay question.
I got a few people that answered yes to the would you try yourself question.
You have said a couple times now that, like, you've updated me that more people have answered yes to that.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing that.
And I want you to keep, like, actual number track of how many people say yes and how many people say no.
5 have said yes.
Okay. And you've had, what, 3 no's?
Probably a few more than that.
Okay.
I don't know.
The no's that I know of are me, Jasmine, and... Did Isaiah say no, or did Isaiah say yes?
I said no.
That's what I thought. Okay. Those are the 3 no's I know of. We've had 5 yeses. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I usually get some friction at the beginning, and I really have to, like, talk them into it.
Well, yeah, it's a weird question. It's off-putting.
I didn't just wake somebody up and be like, hey.
No, I just think it's, like, a hard question to ask, like, someone and have them, like, actually like think about it in a non like, you know, in like a fully hypothetical way, right? Like to where it's not like weird socially to say like, yeah, I'd eat myself.
But there are people that feel like I can trust with this heavy topic. And people that I think will at least be able to provide some input, but it's the people that say yes are like, maybe this or that, but if it's not that, it's just no.
Well,
and it hurts my feelings.
Why does that hurt your feelings?
Because like, just you're not a little curious. Like, come on.
It's not a personal attack on you. They just aren't about it.
But like so quick.
Why do you want so bad for everyone to want to try themselves?
Because in a world where people will with not even bat an eye and eat somebody's ass that they just met. Like, you're telling me like it's also like that. No, I'm not even gonna consider trying a piece of my leg of meat.
Yeah, because like that's cannibalism still, I think, and that's weird for people to like think about and overcome.
Oh yeah, fucking not overcome, but fucking overcome eating close to cum.
Here's what you're missing with that question. You're missing a like point in social media and like broader media that people can reference to that has made it a lighter subject, right? Like with the eating ass thing, like that is talked about all over society. So people aren't as weirded out by that as like maybe they would have been 10 years ago, right? But like if you like say you have Jimmy Fallon asking that question a lot and like it starts to get ingrained in people and he explains it the way you do, or you go on Jimmy Fallon and you ask him that, and then it gets to a point where like everyone's hearing it all the time, I think you'll get a lot more people willing to actually think about it. But because it's such a taboo issue of cannibalism right off the bat that like isn't really talked about like a lot in that joking manner or in that hypothetical manner, then people are like, ew, gross, I don't want to do that. But like if it was more talked about everywhere else, then people would be more into it or willing to at least think about it.
I think so. I'm gonna have to cut it all out because it's not gonna make sense.
Leave it in. No one watches enough anyways. No one's going to call us out. We're not going to lose our careers over some hypothetical question because we don't have careers.
You're going through some things. I don't like that you're lumping me into this.
Okay.
I don't like that tone either. Buckaroo.
You don't like me.
Sometimes. And you get it.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't. Do you just want me to say that I would let a chef cook up part of my leg and try it?
Not if you don't want to. I just...
Because the more we talk about it, the more I kind of want to.
Fucking cool. That's good. It's just... I feel like it's not that out of the ordinary to talk about in a world where we're just silly. I don't think it's that weird. I think I've had way worse conversations.
I'm not saying it's weird. I'm saying it's a weird thing to like bring up cold.
I don't think I've ever brought it up cold.
No.
I think I've brought it up.
No, it's very warm when you bring it up.
Okay.
I just think people, no matter how you bring it up, it's a hard thing for people to like admit that they're curious to, I think.
And I think that's what I'm trying to get. I think that they're not answering truthfully.
Okay. You think you're being lied to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are scared to answer truthfully because of who knows what. But I think that that fear is getting in the way of some pretty kick-ass conversations that I would like to have. But when you just go, no, all of it goes away.
Okay. Okay. What do you think the best way to cook yourself is?
Well, that's why you have the chef. I don't know. I'm curious. My answer is yes. I'm fucking off the hook.
All right. We gotta find a chef.
Yeah.
We should have a chef and just ask them how they'd prepare different human parts.
Yeah.
Like just a full podcast asking we'll have like a chart of a person, like an anatomical chart. We'll just point at different muscle groups. How'd you cook this?
Yeah.
How about this? And this?
And then next one we'll have the diagram of the cow that shows what butchers chop off, and we'll be like, what part of that is us? And the guy would be like, I think you don't need me to figure that part out. But we'll be like, hey man, this is the same kind of no attitude that is why we hired you in the first place. Mm-hmm. Yes and no whys. Anyways, I think we're scared.
I think you're right. I think as a society we're scared of each other.
Yeah.
And how we think of each other.
I think the most taboo thing is being silly. I think that's the real thing people don't want to do.
Okay.
And because of that, I can't gather accurate data.
That's good.
People will eat ass, but then we'll talk about eating an ass.
Their ass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a fair outlook.
Would you try your own cum?
Yeah.
Have you tried your own cum?
Yeah.
Was it on purpose or was it
I don't know.
kind of thing?
Nah, it wasn't on purpose.
Wow, we got far that time.
It was one of those.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh God, that burns. Spicy. That's saltier than I thought it was. Yep. What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, let us know in the comments.
I learned that I know a guy who knew a person who was kind of a freak, and they put an ad on like one of the sexual deviant websites saying, I have a hotel room and there's a bowl in it and I want a bunch of dudes to come in and into it and then I can dip so that she can eat it. And, that was her thing. She would also would like ask people to come onto her food. Perhaps like a soup.
Yeah. A soup?
Yeah.
Like a soup of... I gotta show you some videos.
Cream of wheat, you know?
Do you want... Leave some room in your coffee for cream.
Shit like that, dude.
Nice.
Make this more of a latte.
Yeah, I love Italian sodas. You know, with the cream.
Dehydrated. It's more of a... fuck, what's it called? I always forget when I need to remember. Affogato. That's how I should remember. It sounds like I forgot.
Yeah, it does. Affogato.
Ice cream.
That's the ice cream coffee.
Dehydrated cum is what I assume. It's similar.
I got distracted by a text message from an employer during that beginning of that conversation. I came in about halfway through, and I'm happy that I was around for the end of it, but I don't really know what we're talking about.
Coming on food.
Yeah, I get that, but like, why?
Because it's like cannibalism.
Okay. That's true, baby. You're eating babies, baby.
And Austin Powers Goldfinger.
Oh yeah, the skin thing.
That's people potato chips.
Oh God, dude, that's gross though. That's way grosser than like the cooking yourself stuff. Like way more gross.
Yeah.
Ah! And he keeps it in a little box. Ugh, dude.
I just imagine if it was a nice golden brown.
Sorry.
Was that real?
Yeah.
Really? Let me smell your breath.
No, it wasn't like a real. It was like I was doing the noise, but then my sickness made it real.
You're sick.
Yeah. So I did the sinus rinse thing, and
I don't know. Maybe you just wanted to try some shit. Maybe you had a bad experience.
Hear it in my voice. It's like super nasally and stuffed up.
It doesn't sound much.
Okay.
It just sounds like you woke up.
Woke up hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick. I think it might be a sinus infection, honestly. Because like my ears and nose and sinuses have been like just really, really pressured for a couple days, and I bled out of my ear the other day.
What?
Yeah. I've been bleeding out of my ear for like 3 days now.
Dude, that isn't good, I don't think.
I think it's ruptured my eardrum. But there's nothing you can really do about a ruptured eardrum except like wait for it to heal and leave it alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, where did the blood came from? Like deep within?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I like it felt like there was a bunch of wax blocking my ears. Like I couldn't hear anything the other day. And I was digging in with a Q-tip and I pulled out the Q-tip and it was covered in blood. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I thought like maybe there was like a zit on the inside of my ear that like, because I've had that before, like a zit like right here, like on the top or something. And I thought maybe that was it. And I like popped it and like but I put it in again. And for the last few days, like there's just blood and like scabs and shit on like the deep inside of my ear. And I like, every time I close my mouth, they like pop a little bit in and out. And the pressure won't clear.
You ever do the plug your nose thing? And
Oh yeah, I've been doing that a lot. And that just makes it worse.
Have you ever had someone box your ears?
Yeah.
That probably wouldn't help.
Do that? No, yeah, that would definitely make it worse.
But also, that's what Beethoven's dad did to him.
To make him go deaf?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he do that to him?
Because he was a bad dad.
Okay.
He probably wasn't like, I'm gonna make you deaf later. That probably wasn't his intention. But it probably shut him up for a little bit. And then he made his 5th, 6th, 7th, all the symphonies. How's your phone doing?
Sorry, I have gotten 2 more text messages from employers.
Oh. Go off.
I was supposed to do some stuff this morning that I forgot to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Your phone's still open.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
We already have trouble remembering what we were talking about.
Yeah. That's why. Easily distracted.
I handled money for the first time yesterday.
What?
Like, a business setting, like
You've never handled money before?
not like in a transaction. Like, I mean, on like Craigslist and shit, but like.
You've never like been a cashier?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just kind of wild to me. That you've never like actually worked. Like
I played one in a film one time.
Yeah. Okay. So what? Were you like at the door at like an event?
Yeah.
Yesterday. Okay.
It was so easy because I've done it one time.
Super easy.
And most of the people had already bought tickets, so I just had to check their name off. 2 people paid with cash. That was easy. And then the 2 people that used a card, the thing didn't work.
Nice.
And so somebody else came and took care of it.
Nice.
And then I watched the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a really good employee.
Yeah. That wasn't up for debate. But I'm a financial guru now. I can.
No, you're a cashier.
Okay, remember the whole not willing to bringing me down here, man. This is my first time handling money.
Sorry.
It was really. I handled over $120.
Nice. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, depending on. All right, you're gonna belittle me. What have you done recently?
Recently?
Yeah.
In terms of like handling money?
Or just something that I can make seem not as cool.
I developed a pricing system for a new merch store for one of my clients based on shipping costs and production costs that like proportionally goes up as shipping and product cost goes up.
Oh, yeah, you said when things cost more, you should charge more.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Nice.
No, it wasn't nice.
No, you did good.
I don't think so. I did mean.
Well, yeah, but you were good at being mean.
That's not good.
I think our...
See, I could have asked follow-ups.
I think our governmental system would prove differently.
The government's not good.
Exactly. They're mean, but they're good at being mean. You could be president.
I don't know
With an attitude like that, you could be president.
I don't know how much fluid is in the glass and what kind of pessimist or optimistic pessimist, pessimistic optimist that makes you, but I don't know.
I'm drinking vodka, baby, and it's gone.
Vodka. Cool.
No, okay. You were cashier. Do you want to be a cashier again?
I was a door guy.
Okay, you were a door guy. Would you like to be a door guy more? Did you like it?
It was really stressful.
Okay. Where'd you keep your cash? In a fanny pack?
No.
That's where I kept mine when I was a door guy.
Box.
When I'd work door at Spacebar and we'd take covers, I would have a fanny pack and it'd have like $800 in it. And
Too much.
Yeah, it's really stressful.
The first people that came in, we didn't have a little stamper for their hands, and so I just drew a smiley face on their hands with a pen.
Way to improvise. Way to like come up with something to,
Way to support what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Way to, bring the conversation to new heights.
Yeah, no problem.
To new ceilings that a car could crash through.
Yeah. Nice callback.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Callback! My boy just got y'all with a callback. Get fucked, viewer. Up top, give me some. Let's go. That's my guy right there with the callbacks.
Okay. I seem to have shot myself in the foot on this one. All right. Go back to being yourself. If we didn't get to talking about what it's because I didn't want it enough, and I shouldn't have an expectation on you to act any sort of way, because that is always going to leave me disappointed. That sounded rude before I was halfway done with the sentence. I didn't mean that way. I mean,
what did I say, baby? He's good at being me.
I mean that with I think it's a rule that everyone I think setting an expectation for anyone is rude. Anyone that's not yourself, I don't think you should have any. And that doesn't mean expect like the word. I think you should just let them do their thing. I think holding any sort of standard to anyone is not cool because we all have off days.
That was well said.
Thanks.
And I agree.
Dude.